My dear brothers and sisters, if you really want to overcome the desires of the flesh, we should be open to the small penances and sacrifices. Penances doesn't mean that we need to do something extra. Penances can be about not only about doing something extra, but at the same time avoiding certain things. For example, avoid certain comfort experience. That is why in the Old Testament, anytime when people repent, they put on sackcloth and put ashes on their body. On their head and the body, they put ashes and then wear the sackcloth. What does it mean? They had want to get rid of the comfort of the body. Normally when we buy the things, cloth, we want comfort. When we buy cushions to sit, the sofa to sit, the bed to lie down, we make sure the most comfortable thing. The more the comfort is, the more we get into the world. So in order to come closer to God in the Old Testament and also in the New Testament, the holy saints used to avoid comforts in our lives. There are people who are sleeping on the floor without any proper bed. People, David himself, he came out of his couch and when he was repenting, he was just lying down on the floor. So when he was repenting, crying, he just lying down on the floor. Though he's the king, he had all the comforts available. He left the comforts and came out because he wants to repent of his past sins. Because he knew his comforts led him to fall into sin. The comforts will lead to many kinds of temptations and sins. So the first thing, the more we are comfortable in everything, comfortable dress, comfortable seat, comfortable cushion, comfortable work, comfortable bed, everything comfortable. The more the comfort is, the first temptation, the worldliness will enter inside of our body. Worldliness will control us. Comfort will lead us to worldliness. Let's read 1 John chapter 5 verse 19. Let's read 1 John chapter 5 verse 19. We know that we are God's children, and that the whole world lies under the power of the evil one. Anyone who is in the world is in the power of the evil one, because the whole world is controlled in one way or the other by the evil one. Therefore, the more we are attracted to the comforts of this world, that means we are getting into the power of the evil one. The more we get rid of the comforts of this world, we are getting into the power of God. That is why in the Old Testament and also in the New Testament, people used to put on sackcloth and ashes and make themselves uncomfortable in their body. They sleep on the floor. The holy saints in the first century, they used to go to wilderness and stay alone, make a small hut and stay alone with the limited conveniences, limited comfort. We can't even call it a comfort. In India, one bishop, he left his diocese, he resigned from his diocese and he went to a small hut. He made a small hut in a lonely place, and he's staying there like a monk, like a hermit, and praying always with a small, not even a bed, there is just a wood. On the wood he's lying down and sleeping, and every day morning onwards he does the garden work and menial work, and he's the one who is cooking for himself and he's cleaning the house and he's praying, and he's 8 hours he prays every day for the whole world and also for the church. So this is exactly what the monks used to do in the olden times, especially in the first centuries. That's why we have so many saints in the church, so connected to God. My dear brothers and sisters, the comforts will lead us to worldliness. Let us try and avoid certain comforts. If possible, at least 1 or 2 days, an experience of lying down on the floor instead of lying down on the beds, and experience the maximum comfort. But let's experience maximum uncomfort. discomfort and go through that experience and offer it for the salvation of others, you will see the miracles happening. You will see getting connected to God very fast because you are overcoming the temptation of the worldliness.